That's right. All right, see you later. Like and subscribe. Hello friends, welcome back to Gadget Conquest, and so I was originally going to do an unboxing video on the Galaxy Z Flip 3. I have the box here. I did the video, and I did the unboxing, and then I looked over the footage, and honestly, I just couldn't make anything out of it. It was so absolutely boring. And honestly, after my time with the Fold, that's really all I can say about the Flip. It's a solid device. You know, just even if you forget about the folding altogether, right? It's very thin for starters. It actually feels really, really good in the hand. The back material is really good. This glass on top sort of design is reminiscent of the Pixel line, and it just overall is a pretty decent phone. The cameras are good, the flash works well, the display is beautiful. It's quick, the speakers sound decent, but it doesn't feel like anything special. Like, yes, it folds in half. That's cool. It gets smaller. It has this little screen on the outside. One of the most fun usages I've had with this little screen is actually accepting calls and taking calls on speakerphone, because you just, you know, press the button on the screen and then you just kind of hold this thing around. You don't really need to open it. You just are instantly in speakerphone mode, and it works really well. However, that's kind of a dumb... This thing is more... This is an iPhone. This is an iPhone for Android users. It's all about the style. There's the superficial reason of saying that, oh, you know, it's because it's smaller, it fits better in your pocket, blah, 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 blah. But the reality is that the Fold fit just fine in my pocket. Actually, the Fold fit a little bit better because the Fold, even though it was the length of a regular phone, it wasn't quite the same width, and so it was actually easier to slide into my pocket. This is the same width as a regular phone, it's just not the same length. So people with shallow pockets, I assume, will enjoy it. However, people with narrow pockets, it's the same as a phone, it's just shorter. It's not anything groundbreaking. And that's really what comes down to it, is it's kind of just a stylistic gimmick, if anything. It's very, very iPhone. Like, there's no actual substance here. This is more of a status icon like appearance than it is a truly, like, I don't know, like a innovation in engineering. It's just kind of boring overall. However, if you are the kind of person that likes an iPhone, this might be the best phone to get you into Android. No joke. It has wireless charging, you know, it has really great speakers. Even the top speaker is really good. The camera is great. The screen is beautiful. The thing folds in half and has a very, very sleek, very modern look to it. And I think that iPhone users will love this thing. Honestly, I really do. But that's just about it. Honestly, it's kind of just a boring device overall. I don't have a lot to say about it. I'm sorry. I've been using it for the past week, and with the Fold, I found myself playing more games. I was using it more. I was enjoying the time that I spent on my device. I was interacting with more media, and it was just overall a great experience. This is no different from a regular phone. So I just didn't do those things that I was doing with the Fold. With the Fold, I was playing Emerald on an emulator. I was really enjoying League of Legends Wild Rift. I was playing a lot of idle sim games because I love those kinds of idle games. I was playing City Builders. I was enjoying a lot more media. I was watching more YouTube videos before going to bed, and it was just overall, it was a much more consumption-oriented experience, and I really enjoyed every second of it, whereas this just feels like a regular phone. It doesn't even feel like a media device, honestly, especially because opening it with one hand is kind of a nightmare, actually. It's not fluid whatsoever. You have to really get your finger in there, and then you feel yourself like sort of scratching and putting pressure on the display, and it doesn't feel very good. Closing it is fine. Closing it, perfectly fine. And I love being able to end a phone call just by flipping it closed and being like, done. That's great. But this thing has no one-handed use. Like, it's too wide for my hand. I have small hands, okay? This is too wide for my small hands. And when I close it, well, guess what? This tiny screen doesn't really do anything except for give you media controls and a selfie camera, which I'm not the kind of person that takes a lot of selfies. So it's kind of pointless for me. I really wanted this review to be a lot more positive because this is a really good phone, just as a phone, but I spoiled myself by doing the Fold first. I should have done the Flip first and then the Fold, because I'm sure I would have had way more positive things to say about the Flip, but frankly, I just don't. The battery life is about the same as the Fold, which is honestly kind of crappy. Like, this is one tiny screen and one regular screen. The Fold is one regular screen and one huge screen. Why does, I mean, I guess technically the Fold has more space, but like batteries are usually more like this, and it's just, the battery life isn't great for it being basically just a regular phone that folds in half. There is one weird issue as well with wireless charging. So I complained that the wireless charging on the Fold was very slow, and it's most likely because of the fact that the coil has to be a lot smaller to fit on the back of that device. However, on the Flip, it's slow for a different reason. This thing does not get hot during normal use. Great job, Samsung. However, it turned into a raging inferno when I tried to do wireless charging. I have used 2 different official Samsung wireless chargers. I've used that Duo charger that lets you charge a phone and a watch at the same time, and I've also used the little puck Samsung, I think it's just called the Samsung Fast Wireless Charger. I've used both of those devices, 2 official Samsung wireless chargers, and this thing on both of them has heated up to the point where it was actually uncomfortable to sit in my hand, and thus the wireless charging had to slow down to make up for the fact that the battery was essentially overheating. I don't know if that's like an issue with my model in particular. Maybe I got a defective unit, but it's bad. That's obviously not a good thing. That's really, really bad for the battery. As you know, lithium-ion batteries don't like to be super hot, and when the wireless charger is heating up to the point of being scalding to the touch, that's kind of an issue. So keep an eye out for that if you do end up getting one of these devices. If you're the kind of person that just likes having a phone for a phone, this is a great device, honestly, especially because it's the same price as an iPhone now. I believe it's $1050, and at that price, this thing is reasonable because now it's just a phone, and it really fits in with the rest of the phones. It's just another look. It's just another design, you know? It's not really anything crazy. It's not super exploratory or innovative. It's just kind of a phone, and it just kind of flips in half, and that's about it. However, it doesn't have a camera bump. Because this whole section is a screen, the camera only barely flips out of it. So this thing sits beautifully flat. Look at this. Look at this. Beautifully flat on the desk. There's not a lot of phones that actually sit flat on a table anymore. So that's actually worth something for people that enjoy having a phone that sits flush with a table. But it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm a huge techie. I enjoy the ability to do a lot of things on my device, and this doesn't do anything more than a regular phone does. So if you want a regular phone that is super, super stylish, definitely get the Flip. If you want something more, get the Fold. If you can't afford it, don't get it. Seriously, don't get it. Just get a tablet instead and wait. I'm sure the next iteration of the Fold will be cheaper anyway. But that's all I have to say. I'm sorry this video was kind of low mood. It's just, honestly, I've been kind of disappointed with this device, and I've been looking forward to just being done with it and moving back to the Fold, which has become my favorite device. Oh, actually, one last thing. The screen. There's a crease in the middle, okay? It's a foldable, there's a crease, right? The crease is way less visible than on the Fold. Way less visible. However, it is way more annoying than on the Fold because phones are vertical. You scroll through a lot of content. Well, guess what? You scroll past this crease over and over and over and over again. It's constant, it's nonstop. It doesn't give you the chance to forget about it and really be immersed in the content because you're constantly, like, you always feel it, you always know it's there. Whereas on the Fold, because the Fold is so much bigger, you actually don't spend any time on that middle section where the crease is, and so you can kind of just naturally forget about it and forget that it's there. Or in cases where there is night or darkness and the screen is overpowering the light that's on it, then not only do you not see it, you don't feel it either, and it's great. It's absolutely great. But this, I know it's there, I feel it's there every single time, and it actually made me use the phone less because of it. So take what you will from that. That's all I have. I promise next week's video will be a much more happy tone. I mean, last week's video was a pretty good tone, right? I really enjoyed the Fold, so I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, you guys have a good night, have a good week, and I'll see you in the next one.